Welcome back everyone to our weekly US Men's National Team series. Today we're going to move upwards in the lineup and go over the depth at the center defensive mid position. Also, take note, if some players are left off this list, they'll most likely be in the center mid episode. Now with that being said, let's begin. Starting this list off, we got the clear number 1, the American Stallion himself, Michael Bradley. Nah, I'm just playing with ya. We got the New York native Tyler Adams. This goes without saying. Tyler is easily the lockdown for that center defensive mid position. Tyler honed his talents in the New York Red Bulls Academy, which is one of the best academies in Major League Soccer. Here he was a standout talent, tallying 8 assists and 1 goal in 3 seasons. In 2018, Tyler was called up to the MLS All-Star game, and soon after was transferred to New York Red Bull parent club RB Leipzig. Surprisingly, he settled into the squad quite quickly. Even though he hasn't started every game, he has shown he is a very consistent and versatile player, as he has played right wing back, as a 6, and as an 8. You could tell that Julian Nagelsmann magic is starting to rub off on the youngster, as every game he plays, he just looks better and better. I wouldn't be opposed to Adams becoming the US Men's National Team captain in the future. The young man is very well spoken, composed, and vocal on the pitch. Tyler really has no real weaknesses. He's quick, has a motor to run for days, and very good at breaking up the opposition's attack. Tyler is definitely going to be a vital piece for the US Men's National Team for years to come. Next up, in no particular order, we have Owen Otasowie. If you guys remember, I did add Owen into the center back episode, but after much consideration, I also had to add the stud here as well. Like Adams, Owen is a jack of all trades, a modern day renaissance man if you will. He possesses both an offensive mentality and defensive mentality. The 6'2" perfectly sculpted beefcake has all the physical qualities to excel at this position. He is a tower of a man. Just look at Mason Mount next to him. Makes him look like a helpless boy out there. And helpless he was as Owen boxed him out the whole entire game. He's great at holding onto the ball and has deceptively explosive acceleration for a big man. Reminds me of a Yaya Toure in a lot of ways. Hopefully we see him keep getting game time with Wolves this season and become a starter in that very strong Wolves lineup. Johnny Cardoso is next in line. Johnny was born in New Jersey and moved to Brazil at a very young age. Here he has went on to play for Internacional in Serie A. This season, the 19-year-old has played 4 league matches and put on a good showing, or so I heard in all of them. This past fall, he received his first call-up to the senior US Men's National Team squad, and even though we haven't cap-tied him, he seems like a lock. His tenacity and energy is something we could really use in the midfield. To be honest, I haven't seen him play all that much, but from the little I've seen of him, he possesses some great qualities. He's great at aerial duels, intercepting the ball, and has the technical ability to slot in a beautifully placed pass through enemy lines. Only question I have with him at the moment is playing time. It has been very hard for Johnny to get minutes, as he's in a very good international squad that is currently in first place. Let's hope that he sees the pitch more often, sooner rather than later. Before we go to the next center defensive mids, I just want to chime in real quick to remind you guys to please subscribe if you like this content, because as you already know, most people who watch our videos are not subbed. So please take a second and just click that button, it really means a lot to us. Okay, now back to the video. My darling Darlington Nagbe is a very interesting one. The 30-year-old has made it clear in the past that he is done with this team, as he values time with his family over soccer, which is a very respectable decision. I still have a slight shred of hope though, that the idea of a World Cup may sway him back into the picture. Nagbe is a super solid player to have. He's amazing at distributing the ball and is guaranteed to score a banger every single year. If he does come back into the squad, which again is extremely unlikely, he could be the number 2 man behind Adams. Who knows? Maybe we'll see him score that signature Darlington Nagbe banger in a World Cup final. The next man up, I feel like many have forgotten about, including myself, Chris Durkin. Chris Durkin played with DC United not too long ago where he was a starter game in and game out. In 2019, he brought his skills to the Belgian top flight and he signed a contract with Sint-Truiden. In his 2 seasons there, he has scored 2 goals and an assist, and is a vital player for the club. At this club, his value has skyrocketed, as he continues to improve his play. His long shots are fuego, and his aerial duel ability is superb. One thing though that he could massively improve on is his concentration. He gives up the ball way too easily due to his lazy passes. He still is only 21, so he does have much time to improve on his mental shortcomings. Alfredo Morales is yet another center defensive mid that could possibly see time with this team. Now, is it likely that he'll be a key piece for the squad during World Cup qualifiers and the World Cup? Hell no, but there is a chance. Alfredo is a German American from the Klinsmann era that has kind of been left behind. The 30-year-old has tons of experience in the Bundesliga with Düsseldorf and Ingolstadt, but currently he plays in the 2nd division. Again, Alfredo is a long shot with this team. His energy and aggression is great, but his fundamental technique is not so great. There's just too many good options ahead of him. Now up to the final and maybe most exciting part of this episode, being the young up-and-comers in Major League Soccer, which is James Sands, Gianluca Busio, and Jackson Yule. James Sands has been absolutely sensational with NYCFC. Apart from his injury history, he really has no faults. Many NYCFC fans were opposed during leaving this transfer window, but you have to think, why keep Ring when you have a younger, better talent in James Sands? James is fantastic at breaking up play. He's exactly what you want from a deep-lying midfielder, a man that can defend and distribute the ball. One thing I do want to see more from him though, is for him to take chances and let one rip. He sometimes is timid of letting a shot go. Be ready for the 20-year-old to make a big move in the future. He is just that good. Gianluca Busio is yet another player that will most definitely make a big move in the future, and he almost did with Barcelona. The 18-year-old has loads of potential. Starting off his career, he played more as an 8, but recently he has been playing as a 6 and appears to love it. Due to this positional change, Busio still possesses that offensive flair, which is a bonus to his defensive play. Since switching to a 6, Busio has revolutionized himself. I know before there were many doubters, including myself, but now there are few and far between. Bless up, Busio. Bless up. And now we got the oldest of the bunch, being 23-year-old Jackson Yule. Jackson played 2 years of college soccer at UCLA, where he was named to the NSCAA first team both years. In 2017, Yule was selected 6th overall by the San Jose Earthquakes, and since then he has really bursted onto the scene. In his first 4 seasons in MLS, he has scored 4 goals and tallied 8 assists. Jackson is excellent at unloading diagonal long balls, and threw balls through the lines, playing as a metaphorical quarterback at times. His distribution may be the best on this list, but where there are strengths, there's also weaknesses. Yule lacks that aggressive hunger that most other center defensive mids have. His defensive attributes are lacking, and in a young, energetic side, this could be his downfall. If he can boost his motor, then maybe we'll see him become a mainstay. Well, if you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe for more. Also, may I add, we have a shop with a lot of soccer designs. Go check it out. Thank you guys. We'll see you in the next one.